Okay.
But what I'm saying to the people of Ghana is continue to have confidence that this government that took our economy from one of the lowest growth rates in our modern history when I came into office in 2017 and brought it up to one of the fastest growing economies in the world. That this government that did that, this government that was able to steer Ghana through the COVID pandemic. When the COVID pandemic came, there were people who were predicting gloom and downfall, and that the streets of Africa, Ghana, places are going to be littered with dead bodies. This government took some very significant proactive measures to minimize the impact of the COVID pandemic. We have one of the lowest mortality rates of any country in the world, not just in Africa, but in the world. We have one of the lowest infection rates of it, largely because of the decisiveness with which the government acted to make sure that this pandemic was as much as possible.
But Mr. President, there has always been this argument between the NPP and the NDC as to who has done more roads than the other. I'm sure you have used major...
Is that a serious argument?
But I'm sure you have used...
Sure you're not aware. I mean, I don't think you can say that that's a serious argument. Our record on roads with that of the NDC. That's the difference between chalk and cheese.
This is serious. But I'm sure you have used many of the principal streets of Tamale since you arrived. I want to find out, how satisfied are you with the level of road constructions in the north?
In the north and around the country, you cannot say you're satisfied because there's a lot of work to be done. Yes, you remember my predecessor had boasted that the infrastructural development that had taken place in his period in office was unprecedented. It turned out to be a hollow claim. Everywhere I went in the first year after I took office, that was the one thing on the minds of literally everybody. Chiefs, ordinary people, the educated people, everybody was the state of our roads. And the state of our roads was in a terrible state, but we have done a lot of work. And there I want to single out particularly this Member of Parliament for Tiwa West, my Minister for Roads, Mr. Mwagwata. He's a bit of an elephant inside, and he has really done an elephant's work in expanding our infrastructure. Here in the north, we've completed 40 road projects. Completed. I'm not talking about ongoing. Completed. And there are 162 ongoing road projects taking place in the north. So everywhere there is an attempt to deal with this road deficiency. That's why I'm saying I'm very surprised to hear that there's an argument between us and the NDC. You compare the output of my government and the output of my predecessor.
There's no argument.
There can be no argument. There's no basis for comparison. But a lot of work has been done. Much more work needs to be done. You can see that already in the figures. You're talking about 40 completed and 162. Ongoing. It tells you about the ratio, and it also tells you the extent of the work that has to be done to be able to say you are satisfied about the road infrastructure in our country. People talking and saying, yes, the difficulties are there. And I'm the last to want to minimize the difficulties. They are there. They are affecting the lives of ordinary people in a very negative way. But what I'm saying to the people of Ghana is continue to have confidence that this government that took our economy from one of the lowest growth rates in our modern history when I came into office in 2017 and brought it up to one of the fastest growing economies in the world. That this government that did that, this government that was able to steer Ghana through the COVID pandemic. When the COVID pandemic came, there
Yeah.
were people who were predicting gloom and downfall, and that the streets of Africa, Ghana, places are going to be littered with dead bodies.
Okay.
This government took some very significant proactive measures to minimize the impact of the COVID pandemic.
Okay.
We have one of the lowest mortality rates of any country in the world, not just in Africa, but in the world.
Yeah.
We have one of the lowest infection rates of it, largely because of the decisiveness with which the government acted to make sure that this pandemic was as much as possible prevented from having any really significant negative impacts on the people. So the government that has gone through these difficulties,
Land movements.
yes, the IMF economy which we inherited, that was able to go through these COVID situations, I am confident, let me repeat it, that this government, with the policies that it is committed to, will find a way to bring our economy back to a better place and improve the lot of the Ghanaians. We are required to do so.
Okay.
Apart from anything else, we're politicians, and I'm aware. And if we don't improve things, our 2024
will not be easy.
It's not going to be easy for us at all. This our mantra of breaking the eight.
Yeah.
It's certainly not going to be assisted by an economy in disarray.
Okay.
But we're going to work in such a way that the people of Ghana themselves will see that, yes, these are the people who are a safe pair of hands. You commit the economy in their hands, you commit the nation in their hands, and progress will be the result for the people of Ghana. So that our goal, which is now become part of the vocabulary of political discourse in our country, breaking the eight, will become a reality.
But on the back of this, Mr. President, I'm very certain that you hear comments and concerns, even from your own party, calling on you, appealing to you to re-energize your party, bring new ideas, new energies, reshuffle ministers especially. Are you going to do, or do you have any plans of a major reshuffle anytime soon?
I don't, but even if I did, even if I did, Gaddafi, with respect, it's not on your radio station.
You will not reshuffle anybody here.
I'm not going to reshuffle anybody here. That is a matter that I will take in an appropriate way. But let me say it again. I know that people are making a lot of noise about this matter. But several of the people who are responsible for assisting me to steer the country out of the difficulties that we inherited and out of the difficulties that have subsequently come are still in place. And many of them, for me, have done an outstanding work. Their output has been considerable. And that's what I look at. There's an issue about reshuffle or the performance of ministers. It isn't as if it is something that every now and then my mind comes to. It's a daily preoccupation for me. I'm required on a daily basis to ask myself whether the output of particular ministers is up to the mark. I am not the final authority, and if they're not up to the mark, I'm required to act. But if the output measures the expectations, then I don't have any strong reasons to heed the call. The calls come from all kinds of reasons. NDC wanting to destabilize your government is one. There are people who are also looking for jobs.
Especially since yesterday. People have been sending me CVs to give to you.
Well, there you are. I'm not disputing that there is quite a lot of attention on it, but I also think it is important for us to have a really holistic look at this matter and be certain of what we're doing. But as I say, it's not no responsible leader, president, prime minister will announce, I intend to reshuffle my no. If you're going to do it, you do it. If you're not going to do it, you just continue. So that's what I have to say.